All right, everybody, coming back from the break. It's called the Business of Business Network Show. My name is Rex Perry. I'm the host and creator of the show. I have to reintroduce it with every break because you might be just turning on your radio. So we talk business, politics, and economics. We have a variety of different business people, different ideas. It's a 1-hour variety show, and our next guest is Dr. Dickens. Kind of introduce yourself.
Hi, thanks, Rex, for having me in. I'm Dr. Andrew Dickens. I run Dayspring Cancer Clinic in Scottsdale. We are an alternative cancer clinic. We use no chemotherapy or radiation.
And give us a little bit of your background. Introduce yourself.
70-year-old male. I try to have fun with Rex. I don't know what to say. I've been.
Where'd you start?
I've been doing this for 15 years. I bought my family out of San Francisco. I got married and had 3 children in San Francisco, and then we came down here.
What's your educational background? Where'd you get licensed and that sort of thing?
Oh, I'm licensed here in the state of Arizona through Southwest College of Naturopathic Medicine.
Okay. Was that a school here in Arizona?
It's a school in Tempe.
Tempe, okay.
They changed it. It's now called Sonoran University. So they went from Southwest College to Sonoran University.
And give us a little bit of that educational background on because a lot of people don't quite understand the naturopathic medicine.
Sure. So being a naturopath, the toolbox. So if you want a carpenter to come build a house, you don't want him to show up with just a saw, a hammer, and a
nail.
So the more tools one has, in my opinion, the more that one can do. So as a naturopath, I can do basically everything a medical doctor can do. I have prescriptive rights. We use a lot of pharmaceutical meds, but that's not my main focus, but we do use pharmaceutical medications. And then it's everything else, everything from emotional work. I don't personally do that. I used to tell people that, and my wife would agree with me, but I have learned some things. But we send out for a lot of things like dental work. We send out for that. The emotional work, as I said, like my own father was a dentist, wanted me to take his dental practice over, and I'm about 6 feet away from Rex, and that's as close as I want to get.
Gotcha.
So we do a lot of things, and again, it's a matter of the size of the toolbox.
Mm-hmm.
So I have conventional medicine
that you can use.
That I can use.
Pharmaceuticals, whatever.
And then it's everything else one could possibly think of. So out of that whole mix, I'm not limited to doing one thing. Mm-hmm. I just don't have a hammer. I've got a lot of other tools that I use in quote unquote building that house.
Okay, give us some examples of the different, without mentioning names, some of the patients that have come to you. What were their situation? Tell us some stories there.
Okay. Well, let me tell you about, we'll call him Jim. Okay. Jim was a Marine, a smoker diagnosed with lung cancer. Mm. Lung cancer is serious. That's the number 1 killer in America today is lung cancer. Mm. So he was treated with chemotherapy, and then he was put on an immunotherapeutic drug. I'm not going to state which one. And he developed 5 brain metastases.
Complications.
And it freaked him out.
Yeah.
Now has 5 brain, so it's lung now growing in the brain. So it's lung tissue in the brain is what we're talking about. So at that point, he was quite scared. He came to Dayspring and spent a month with us. We sent him home after that month and had him on a nebulizing program. Nebulizers where you take a liquid and you atomize it, and then you breathe that atomized liquid in. So we sent him home on that program, and then it was a number of months, 5 or 6 months later, he had a CT of the chest and an MR of the head. 2 different radiologists, and one said remarkable, and the other one said substantial. A remarkable reduction and a substantial reduction.
It's going in the right direction.
And so he was thrilled, to say the least. And just to carry that out a little bit, another 5 or 6 months later or so, He had another MR of the head, and he was declared NED. NED is no evidence of disease.
Wow.
So you can't say cure.
No.
That's not a proper word, but you can say NED. So he completely lost all 5 brain metastases.
Definitely got better.
Very, yeah.
And was he feeling better? Did it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so the nebulizing program. So it's maybe 5 minutes twice a day.
And is this a mask they put on, or?
Well, no, it's something like that, but it just makes a mist and it comes out of we'll call it a tube.
And you take it orally.
Well, you breathe it.
Breathe it. So do you have to put on a mask to breathe that in, or how do they
No.
spray it, or describe it for the audience?
Well, I'm a Scott English heritage, and do you know how they made copper wire?
No.
It was 2 Scotsmen fighting over a penny. So I try to tease and kid and have fun with all this, but no, it's the machine. It's a little tiny thing. It's about as big as this box. It's say 3 by 4 by 2 inch box, and it atomizes the liquid. And so I tell the people to flip this thing. Well, exhale. And turn it on and make some mist, breathe that in. When you're done, flip it off, turn off.
Wow, interesting.
And so, if it takes you another minute or 30 seconds, whatever, then you do your next breath. And so that's all this man did twice a day.
Now, do you mainly focus on cancer, or are there other?
No, you choose your rut carefully. Cancer's a huge topic.
Yeah, it is.
And from learning, I was out looking at a new drug this morning. I didn't know I could get this thing. I couldn't find it, but I found out in Germany I can get it out of Germany. It's not made in the States. So there's a lot of things that it's just a full-time job just doing what I do. And we do see other things. People come in for an IV, or I just had a man come in because he had a bad tooth and a bad knee. And we used a piece of equipment on it. And the next day he told me, or sent me a text, and he said that his tooth pain was gone in a day, and his knee is better. But I think that's a more long-term. The tooth was acute. The knee is more of a chronic degenerative problem. And so it just takes a little bit longer.
So people that have tried the traditional stuff and are still suffering could come to you.
Right.
And you help diagnose plans and try different things to see what works.
Well, I won't say diagnose. I don't do any diagnostic work. But one thing that we do is everything is individualized, and that's a huge word.
You tailor it.
Everything is quite tailored. It's nothing off. You don't go in.
Don't take it off the shelf.
Yep. No one size fits all. Everything that we do is tailored to what the individual needs. Because you might have, say, 2 colon cancers, and yet they're exquisitely different.
Yeah. You can't lump it on one big umbrella.
Yep. No box, no umbrella.
Let's get contact info. How can people reach you?
Sure. It's Dayspring Cancer Clinic, www.dayspringcancerclinic.com. You can call 480-699-7400. Again, that's 480-699-7400.
And come check it out and see what he can do. Thank you so much for being part of the show. We really appreciate this. We want to help. We want to be part of the solution. So thank you for coming down, and we're going to do this again. Hey, everybody, got the music coming up. It's bottom of the hour. We got a break for the news. Stay tuned. We'll be back after the news.